knock on your doors. This is the time to knock on the doors of the of repentance and of kapara. And as the book Ochot Tzadikim, the ways of the righteous, says that there are 6 things that bring us closer to doing teshuvah. Some of them could be like when we're getting older of age and we realize, the clock is ticking. Sometimes it's sometimes it's when calamities befall upon us or upon Am Yisrael. Sometimes is when we study Divrei Torah v'Divrei Nevi'im, the words of the Torah, we see how real it is and how and that also inspires us, and it just fills us up with holiness, with stability of the emotion. And also one of them is the time of Aseret Yeme Teshuva. On Aseret Yeme Teshuva, our heart is open naturally. Organically, our heart is open, and this is the time. And says the Ochot Tzadikim that when any one of these values, whether coming old of age, or studying Torah, or seeing calamities, or even in Aseret Yeme Teshuva, when any of these times that we face come across us, and we don't awaken, and we don't do Teshuva, that kind of probes the question like, why not? I mean, this is the time that we're open, and therefore that says Darshani, that is a question, and for us to be inspired in this time to do more, to pray more, to connect more, to ask Hashem for forgiveness for all the many things that we may have done wrong, or the things that we have failed to accomplish this year, and the potential that we had, maybe the time that we had to do more for ourselves and for others, for Hashem, for Am Yisrael and Klal Yisrael, with personal mitzvot or collective national mitzvot. This is the time to do so. Says the Rambam that we each have the opportunity, the right, and the freedom of choice to be able and deliberate in doing teshuvah. Getting up at any point in time, as far-fetched as we may have gone, we can always get up and do teshuvah, even though HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Moshe Rabbeinu that he knows that v'kam ha'am hazeh v'zana acharei Elohei nechar haaretz. Says the Rambam in Ilchot Shuvah, God told Moshe Rabbeinu, I know that this nation is going to go and serve Avodah Zarah. I know they're going to leave me. I know that they're going to go against me. So maybe ask the Rambam, maybe we can say, hey, what do you want from me? You said that we're going to sin. So why are you punishing me? What does that have to do with me? He says that's not true. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling you that in the strata of society, you're going to have different types of things. Just like it says, Ki lo yechdal avyon mikerev haaretz, there always will be people that are impoverished and we need to give them tzedakah. There always will be different types of people and different types of situation in society. We can choose to alter our behavior and choices to be able to stick and cling on to the good and leave the bad, to the holy and leave the impure. And so just because it's a concept that exists, it doesn't mean that we have to join it, and we have the ability to join that. But he says, the Rambam, all the Nevi'im commanded us to do teshuvah. Every single prophet that you had, 24 Nevi'im, and even more other ones that are not in the books, they all commanded us for what? For teshuvah. Never did a Navi come and say, you need to invest in your retirement more, 401k, Roth IRA. I'm saying these things people do on their own. But what is the message from Hashem? Teshuvah. Even a person that may be studying and doing mitzvot all day, the Navi speaks to everyone equally and says to do teshuvah. And he also says, Gedulat teshuvah is so great that it brings us close to the divinity, to the divine spark of Hashem, shemekarevet et adam la-shekhinah, to the Shekhinah. And with that, we'll end off with something practical, which is that in this time, right before Yom Kippur, we have the mitzvah, or the minhag, more like it, to give or to practice kaparot. We don't have white chickens over here running around, but we do that with tzedakah, that we give tzedakah, so you could do it from now. The minhag in our synagogue has to do it on Erev Yom Kippur, I believe. But if that doesn't work for you, you can go ahead and do that from now to be able to support Talmidei Chachamim and give it to tzedakah in whichever organization will allow you to do so. And the fast of Yom Kippur has 5 inuim, 5 things that we refrain from doing. First of all, it's like Shabbat, melacha. We're not allowed to do melacha. We're not allowed to make a fire. We're not allowed to violate any one of the 39 melachot. Also, achila u'shtiyah, eating and drinking. Rechitza, bathing ourselves, even a little bit, even our face that are not. Sicha, which is lasuach, which is to anoint ourselves with creams, perfumes, oils, makeup, all these things. And tashmish amita, and intimate relations between husband and wife, those things are not allowed from the beginning to the end of Yom Kippurim, Baruch. And Neilat Sandal, of course, and wearing leather shoes are not allowed. You are allowed to wear leather belts or coats or things like that, but the leather shoes are not allowed. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen.